And so that's really what separates us apart, is that we get down into those root causes and then we try to solve those. So it's not about like, oh, this person did it over here or they did it over there. I think each organization has their unique problems and their unique goals. So when you think about the blend of business, technology, and their customers, everybody has different metrics, everybody has different goals. How do we blend those together to really create a great experience for everyone?
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Kevin Panke, CEO of Radical Design Company. Kevin, how you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about Radical Design Company.
Yeah, my name is Kevin Panke. I'm the CEO, but at Radical, one of the reasons why we started was to get back into the work. So working at large corporations and large agencies, both small and startups, when you climb the ladder a little bit, you get further and further away from the work. And my business partner, Ryan, and I, we really wanted to get back into the work. That's where we thrive, and that's where we have a lot of fun. And, grandparents, parents all always told us, like, if you're not having fun, you're not living, or, and so that's where we came up with Radical. We wanted to get back into the work. So I would say I'm more of a design director, creative director, leading the work, being involved, and even getting my hands dirty by designing still, which is just my passion. If I'm not creative, I'm just not having fun. And if I'm not having fun, you're going to get cranky panky.
Well, hey, I'm sure you got a team that's inspired by that sort of energy at the top of the food chain. That's good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so for Radical itself, we play in the design atmosphere, that universe of design, but we really lean ourselves more towards technologies like AI, Salesforce, SaaS implementations, different services that really kind of rely on user experiences and design to really make them come to life. We work with companies on both their customer experiences as well as their employee experiences. Okay. So we've done stuff where we've helped implement Salesforce into call centers and things like that from a design perspective. So everybody wants to throw technology at the solution, but from our perspective, design is the forefront of what we can do with the customer experience, the technology, and these emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and stuff like that.
Excellent. And what's the origin story of Radical Design Company? When did you start up?
So Radical started about 5 years ago. Conversations about Radical probably started about 10 years ago. But we finally made the leap of faith right before a global pandemic, which is probably the best time you should start a company. But what we really wanted to do, like I said, was get back into the work. We were tired of always trying to sell the next opportunity before we really got to sink our teeth in and deliver on the current problem. And so we pride ourselves on being problem solvers, and that's what a lot of our customers and clients come to us with, are problems. They don't know exactly what they want, what they need. They don't have requirements. We help them figure out all those needs that they have when it comes to the problem at hand.
And what are the most common problems you're solving for them?
One was that they got a 70% on their customer satisfaction and the report of the year, right? Why did they get a 70%? They had no idea. So we used a lot of design activities, design thinking, design research to really figure out what was the root cause of that. And that was for a railroad company. Another one was we worked with a large beverage company to really emphasize their employee experience. Why were they having a lot of people leaving or not coming to their organization? What was those issues of from the initial conversation till their departure? And then could we have a boomerang kind of philosophy. So a lot of the times they just don't know. Another client of ours that's utility, they had an issue with their user experience of their EV charging app. How do we solve for some of those constraints that they might have, taking best practices from other organizations to really have those expectations met from what those customers' desires are.
And let's talk about your clients for a second. What verticals are you servicing at Radical Design Company?
When you think about verticals, we're across the board. We're sort of agnostic, but a lot of times currently we work with a lot of healthcare, technology, retail, the utility space. Really, we adapt to each vertical. We take learnings from each of those verticals and be able to apply it, especially when you think about design and technology and thinking about trends and what's happening in the space. How can we leverage maybe some type of AI strategy for a healthcare company that could be applied to, say, a utilities organization? So really, we tailor our solutions to really drive results. And so our skills and knowledge are kind of agnostic to those verticals, but those are some of the ones that we play in currently.
Excellent. And what differentiates Radical Design Company? What makes you stand out from your competition?
When we think about how we stand away from our competition, we take a design approach to everything. So, we do have that lens into technology and so forth, and we're talking with a lot of our clients, different AI integrations and things like that. But when we think about how we stand apart, we really look at how design thinking can kind of bring together organizations from technology, business, and really looking for those unique solutions. So our customers or clients really are kind of looking at innovation, different ways to approach the same problem that they might have, over and over again. While we threw a new technology at this, but we still face the same problems. And so that's really what separates us apart, is that we get down into those root causes and then we try to solve those. So it's not about like, oh, this person did it over here or they did it over there. I think each organization has their unique problems and their unique goals. So when you think about the blend of business, technology, and their customers, everybody has different metrics, everybody has different goals. How do we blend those together to really create a great experience for everyone?
So you mentioned that you started a business right before a pandemic. Tell me about the challenges and opportunities in terms of growing a business through COVID. How'd you guys weather the storm?
Well, we actually kind of excelled through that, because a lot of times when you think about hardships, one way to get through that from a business standpoint is to innovate. So a lot of our clients were coming to us in ways that they hadn't had it done before. So when you think about how do you deliver a solution from afar? So one of our healthcare clients wanted to say, how can we send them kits to basically manage health from afar? So when you think about physicals and stuff and not being able to go into doctors' offices and stuff as normal circumstances, how do we still do some of those things in creative ways? And so when you think about even managing from afar, that's one of the things where people weren't traveling as much. One of our utility clients, a lot of their customers are managing from afar. Mm-hmm. And so how do you not be able to go to your resident, but you need to manage those expectations when you think about it from a utility standpoint? So when we think about the COVID and the pandemic, really what we try to do with our clients was work with them to try to figure out innovative solutions to figure out how we can solve their problems in unique ways. One of our clients decided to maybe take some of their goals that they have for 2025 and bring them forward, because a lot of that was about how do we maybe do patient care from afar. And so, and then from a design strategy and research standpoint, we had to come up with innovative solutions to still be able to get the information we needed. So we partnered with a lot of different companies to be innovative of how we capture some of that research through online journaling or using an application to take pictures and videos so we could get the ammunition we needed to really provide a great solution at the end of the day.
Nicely done. All right, let's switch gears for a second. What role has content played in the growth of Radical Design Company?
You always hear it, content is king. I think that's what, when you think about some of the tools and some of the AI technologies out there, it is really around the content, but it's about what data is feeding that content. So everybody wants to have the prettiest picture, but what story does that picture say? Everybody wants a catchy headline, but is it right for your organization, or is it truthful? So I think when you think about content and how that is playing into a lot of these different technologies and emerging innovation solutions like AI, I think when you really look into it, content still has to be sort of vetted in some regards, especially when you think about, we think about it as like an 80-20 rule. It can get us there about 80%, but then 20% of it still needs to be kind of worked through and stuff to make sure it's appropriate, it's human, and it speaks to what the goals of that content piece is.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look down the road a year from now. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
Well, professionally, we're all about relationships. We say we're a mission-driven organization, and so for us, it's about we have goals for our organization, but we also have goals for our clients. Our clients have goals for their organizations. They have goals for their customers. So when we look at where we want to be in a year, it's about we really look at it from an external lens of how our clients are doing, both the ones that we work with day to day, how they're doing within their organizations, and looking at how their customers are reacting to the solutions that we're providing. Now, for us, it's always about meeting new people. We love meeting new people. We love fostering relationships and so forth. So for us personally, when we think about success, it really comes down to working with awesome people, doing awesome things, and having an awesome time together. And if we're doing those three things, success is right there with it. One of the reasons why we started Radical was really around just enjoying what we do again. We love building things, we love creating things, and and that's what if we're still doing that in a year from now, successes will come with it. Personally, just living life, man. We like to say living our best life every day. Again, if I'm not being creative, if I'm not trying to solve problems, you get the cranky panky, and some people know about that. So, I love working with my hands. I'm a youth lacrosse coach. So I just love just interacting with people, and then, fostering the next generation of athletes, creatives, and people.
Hey, that's an admirable path, both on and off the business playing field, sir. I applaud it. Please tell us, what's your URL? Where can people find Radical Design Company, and what social media outlets are using these days as well?
You can find us at radicaldesign.co. That has a lot of things that are on there. We're also on Instagram and LinkedIn. And so really what we use Instagram for is kind of some of the smaller projects we do, a little bit more of the fun. LinkedIn has a lot of different articles that you can learn about some of the AI strategies that we've come up with, or things that we've have noticed in the space. But you can always find us on our website at radicaldesign.co.
Kevin Panke, Radical Design Company, thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. All the best to you and yours, and continued success at Radical Design Company.
Great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.